Hi guys, it's Katie, your mentor from the My Science program. I just wanted to go through a few things with you about your experiment that you'll be having a go at on Tuesday, just because we had to change a couple of things just to make sure it works. Okay, so the first thing is the bottle you're going to be using. It's a 600ml bottle, so it's a bit smaller than what we planned. And what we've done is I've stuck some pens onto it using just masking tape. And what that does is if you make sure they're just a bit above the opening to the bottle, when we go to flip our bottle upside down in the experiment, it'll sit up from the ground. So these pens will act as our stand. So you're just going to make sure you sticky tape them on pretty tightly. Okay. So the first thing you'll have to do in your experiment is measure out the vinegar. So using white vinegar, and what you'll need is 300 ml worth. So I've just got a measuring jug, and you just pour it in and just read it on the line. If you need any help measuring it out, you can always sing out for some help from someone. Okay, so then what else you'll need is a funnel. So what you do is you put your funnel inside your bottle, and then you take your jug with your white vinegar in it and just pour it into your bottle. There we go. I've got 300 ml worth of vinegar in there. Okay, so that can go aside for the meantime because we won't need it again until after. The next bit is doing your baking soda for the experiment. So what you'll need is just some normal kitchen paper towel. Now what these have is they've got 2 layers, which is a little bit thick for what we want. So if you can, just separate them out, the 2 layers. Be patient because it can be a little bit tricky at first to get them apart, but once you get it going, it's right. There we go. So if you just pull it, the 2 layers will come apart. Just be careful you don't rip it, just do it gently. There you go. You can see they come apart. So just want one of those, and we'll just get rid of the other one because we don't need it. For the meantime, you can use it for another one after. Okay, so what you'll need next is your baking soda, and you'll also need a set of kitchen scales so we can weigh out how much we'll be putting in. So you just turn your scales on, and you can use a spoon if you want, but I'm just going to pour it in, and you just measure it out. I'm using 18 grams for this one. There we go, so 18 grams of baking soda's in there. So what we do then with the baking soda is we tip it onto our sheet of paper towel, and you just want to put it right in the middle. So hopefully you can see that bit's in the middle. And the next bit what you'll do is take one corner and fold it across into the middle and just pat it down. Then you'll do the same for the corner next to it. And then the other corner across from it, so go across and fold that in the middle as well. And then the last one you fold across. So you should have something that looks a bit like a rectangle or a square when you're finished. Okay, the next bit is you want to roll it up so it's nice and tight. So what you do is you just gently take a corner and just roll it over and over until it's nice and tight, and you just squish it around a little bit just to make sure it's one bit, and just check that, yeah, it will fit through the hole. So don't put it in yet, just make sure it will fit. Okay, the other thing I want to show you before we go outside and have a look at what will happen is you'll also need a cork. What the cork will do is, in the experiment, we'll put this in, and as you know, that will react with the vinegar. So that's going to start fizzing and everything. So what you want to do is really quickly put that one in, and then what you'll do is put your cork in, and what the cork will do is it will stop the fizzing coming out everywhere. And that way, by the time you turn your bottle over, you'll get a big rocket. So that's the idea. So we'll go outside and have a go. Hi guys, just going to do the experiment now. So just so you can see, we talked about how we're going to measure it. So what we've done is attached a piece of string around the neck of the bottle, and then measured from there, every metre, there's a little coloured tab. So the first one's yellow, and at the second metre, it goes pink. Then at the 3rd metre green, 4th metre blue, and it goes all the way up to 8 metres. Okay. baking soda and vinegar won't hurt you. You don't want to get it in your eyes. So make sure you've got some on. Okay, so we're going to do our experiment. So you've got the lid of the bottle with the vinegar in it. You've got your baking soda. Just make sure it's still tied up really quick, really tight inside the paper. And then you're going to put it in the bottle and very quickly put the cork in the bottle. You want to make sure the cork goes in all the way. And you quickly turn it over. Okay, so we'll get started. So now I'm going to put the paper with the baking soda inside the bottle. And just push it in. And then quickly put the cork in. And then give it a swirl. Turn it upside down and move away. Keep watching, it should go. Oh!